Negotiations for the second phase of the Israeli-Gaza ceasefire deal should be well underway by now, but Hamas has called out Israel for not keeping up their side of the deal. In return, they have halted the release of further Israeli hostages. Concerns over the collapse of the ceasefire have been compounded by the US president.
As far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out.
So what was agreed and which terms of the deal are now under question? Well, the ceasefire, which began on the 19th of January, was guaranteed by Qatar, Egypt and the United States and was split into three phases. Phase 1, which lasts 6 weeks, includes a complete ceasefire, a term Hamas say Israel hasn't stuck to, the release of 33 Israeli hostages, and in return for every hostage release, 30 Palestinian prisoners are to be set free, 600 aid trucks to enter Gaza every day, a quota which so far hasn't always been met, Israeli troops to withdraw from Gaza. This part of the deal has been observed, with forces leaving the Netzarim corridor, which splits Gaza in half. Troops will remain in the Philadelphia corridor in southern Gaza and in the buffer zone along the Israel-Gaza border. And displaced Palestinians will be able to return to their neighbourhoods. Again, a term Hamas claims has not been observed. Negotiations for Phase 2 began 16 days after the ceasefire deal came into effect. Plans for this phase include the release of all remaining Israeli hostages, including male soldiers, a permanent ceasefire, and the complete withdrawal of Israeli soldiers from Gaza. The third and final phase, which has not been given a start date, is expected to include the return of the remaining bodies of the dead and the reconstruction of Gaza under the supervision of Egypt, Qatar, and the UN. But this ceasefire deal was agreed before Donald Trump returned to the White House, and he has been clear that he wants a say over what this reconstruction would look like.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it. And I don't want to be cute, I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad, this could be so magnificent.
As the fragility of the ceasefire deal comes into focus, concerns over peace in the Middle East continue.